In a peaceful town surrounded by lush green hills, there lived a young man who had always been known for his intelligence and kindness. He was admired by many for his sharp mind and thoughtful nature, but there was one thing that held him back: his habit of overthinking. No matter what the situation was, he would analyze it endlessly. Whether it was choosing what to wear, deciding on a career path, or even responding to a simple text message, his mind would spin in circles. What if I make the wrong choice? What if people judge me? What if I fail? These thoughts consumed him, making him anxious and preventing him from taking action. His family and friends often told him, "You think too much. Just take action." But the more he tried to stop, the worse it got. It felt like a trap he could not escape. One day, his town announced a competition for young entrepreneurs. The winner would receive funding to start their dream business. It was the perfect opportunity for him, as he had always dreamed of creating something impactful. Excited but nervous, he started brainstorming ideas. But as usual, his mind flooded with doubts. What if my idea isn't good enough? What if I embarrass myself? What if someone else has a better idea? Days turned into weeks, and while others were preparing, he was still stuck in his thoughts. When the deadline passed, he had done nothing. He watched as his friends presented their ideas, and though some failed and some succeeded, he realized they had one thing in common: they had taken action. Meanwhile, he had allowed his thoughts to paralyze him. That night, frustration overwhelmed him. He knew he had to change, but he didn't know how. Determined to find a solution, he decided to visit the wisest man in town, an old monk who had helped many overcome their struggles. The next morning, he climbed up a hill where the monk lived in a small temple. He explained his problem. "I overthink everything. It stops me from doing anything. I don't know how to break free. Please help me." The monk listened patiently and then handed him a glass of water. He said, "Hold this." The young man held the glass as the monk continued speaking. "Imagine this glass is your mind. If you keep pouring water into it without drinking or emptying it, what will happen?" "It will overflow," the young man answered. "Exactly. Overthinking is like that. Your mind is full of thoughts, but instead of using them wisely, you keep adding more until you are overwhelmed. The key is not to stop thinking, but to control what you focus on and when to let go." The monk continued, "I will teach you 3 ways to stop overthinking. But remember, understanding is not enough. You must practice. Overthinking thrives in inaction. When you don't act, your mind keeps looking for new scenarios to analyze. The best way to break this cycle is to take action, no matter how small." The young man nodded. He realized that the people who succeeded in the competition were not necessarily the smartest, but the ones who had taken action despite their doubts. The monk said, "Whenever you hesitate, count down from 5 and then act. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go." This prevents your mind from creating excuses and forces you to move. The young man decided to try this the next time he felt stuck. "Many overthinkers fear failure or making mistakes," the monk said. "But tell me, has anyone ever learned to walk without falling?" "No," the young man replied. "Exactly. Growth comes from action, not perfection. If you wait for the perfect moment, you will wait forever." Determined to change, the young man left the temple and decided to apply what he had learned. The next day, he had to email a company for an internship. Normally, he would spend hours rewriting it, But this time, he set a timer and sent it in 10 minutes. A week later, he received an interview invitation. Encouraged, he started applying the monk's lessons in all areas of his life. When he hesitated, he used the 5-second rule. When he doubted himself, he reminded himself that action mattered more than perfection. Slowly, his overthinking habits weakened, and confidence took their place. Overthinking is a battle between fear and action. The only way to win is to take the first step. So, what will you do today? Stop thinking and start living.